So today is the 22nd of September 2021. I'm Molly and this is my dad Nick, and we're celebrating National Fitness Day, and we've teamed up with MolyFit has teamed up with someone. Thank you, Gemma. We've teamed up with UK Active to get more people more active more often. And this is our second show today at 11 o'clock. And we're going to talk about how to exercise with aches and pains. So, if you have niggles, and this is why I've called this episode Nick's Niggles, it shouldn't put you off from exercising. You shouldn't stop exercising because you've got a bad back and a bad knee. And a lot of times, exercise can actually help and improve your condition. So, this isn't scripted. I'm just going to ask you what niggles you've got, and then I'm going to show you exercises you can do to improve them. So, let's start from the feet, shall we? If we had to improve something, what would it be?
I've got problems with both knees.
Yeah.
As you know, I had a new knee fitted 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now my right knee's giving me problems as well.
Okay.
I've got arthritis in the hands,
Yeah.
which does give me problems. It takes me about 4 or 5 minutes in the mornings to get my fingers to work.
Yeah.
And I've got pain in the neck.
Yeah, well, sorry. Can't, unless I go to Australia, can't do anything about that one, sorry. Right, so knees, fingers, neck.
Yeah.
How does that restrict your day to day?
It doesn't really, because I don't let it restrict it. I just get on with things. But my main problem is my fingers.
Yeah.
The arthritis in my hands.
So dad's really into cooking.
Yes.
Quite often come round and he's wearing an apron and there's some lovely smells coming from the kitchen. How does that hinder or work out in the kitchen for you?
I've had to work out different ways. Simple tasks like peeling a potato, I've had to work out a different way of holding the potato peeler and the potato, because I can't use my thumbs to hold the potato and to hold the potato peeler. So a different way of doing it. Things like that. But you learn to get around it, and you learn to live with it, basically.
Okay, which is fine now at 69, but in 10 years and 15 years and so on, it's only going to get worse. So basically, arthritis is a deformation of the joint. So let's have a look at your hands and see. So can we zoom in on those? So if you compare it, my hand to my dad's hands, and you can see there's quite a lot of swelling around the knuckles. When you can straighten them, you can see this one's bent.
This one this is the worst one.
So you can see there, if you bend that down there, you can see all the swelling and inflammation around the joint. Compare it to the little finger, which looks more like a finger. And this one, you can see it's swollen and it's bending off to the side here. So what you can do with arthritis, a lot of people have arthritis, they're in pain, so they stop moving. And that's probably one of the worst things you can do. Gentle exercise and movement can actually help. So when you move the joint, you cause more fluid to be put into the joint itself. And the other thing, if you stop using a joint, the muscles around the joint will seize up. So again, you have to force and you strain to use the muscles, and that in fact puts even more pressure into the joint itself. So what you want to do is, I would say at the end of the day, heat is a great ally. When you heat up your muscles, you improve blood flow, they get warmer and they get more pliable. So what you can, at the end of the day, if they're really stiff, before you exercise, just warm them up with either a hot water bottle or one of those microwavable bean bags. Yeah. And then you just want to do gentle exercises just to help lubricate the joints, and all these, you've got all these muscles and tendons in the hand. You don't want those to seize up. So what we can do is we can just start doing gentle exercises for the hands, like so.
This is the routine. I do this every morning for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Perfect.
And then I do this.
Yeah.
Because I have seen a physiotherapist about my hands.
Yeah.
And they've given me these exercises to do.
Yeah.
Which I do I do about 4 or 5 times every single day.
Yeah.
And it certainly helps.
So it does help.
It does.
So that's perfect. So that's point A proven. Now the other thing as well is just because you're feeling it in the fingers, most of the time, I mean, the hardest thing about my job is pain's never actually where you think it is. It's always referred, and you spend half the time looking for it. So if you look, I'm not as muscular as I used to be, but if I wiggle my fingers, you can see the muscles move in there.
Mm-hmm.
So tightness and stiffness here can actually impact in the hand and the fingers. So we do a simple test. So I'm actually a sports therapist, so my job is working with muscles, dealing with them through exercise and massage. So we're just going to rest that there, just rest the arm. And if we work around here, you can feel that's quite lumpy. And then see if I push in there, it jumps.
Yes.
Now I'm sure that feels quite sore.
Yes, it does.
Right, so there you go, you can feel here. So if we go right in the joint there, right, there's a nerve there. You can feel that's really, really tight. Right?
That hurts.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Beating my dad up. So, what you can do there, if that's really, really tight, that will have an impact on down here, okay? So, when you move the fingers like that, these muscles and tendons also move. And if they're really stuck, it's going to put even more strain on. So, you want to keep this as relaxed and as flowing as possible. So, you can do self-massage, which is where you use the other hand or your forearm just to do this and massage it off. So when I touch a muscle, you should feel the pressure of my fingertips going in. If I push in hard, you'll feel more pressure, but you shouldn't feel pain. So one reason you can tell if your muscles are too tight. If you push in quite hard and they hurt, then that shouldn't happen. So you can just work the muscle like that, and all the lumps and bumps. So basically, my job's a glorified bubble wrap poker. So we just loosen it off like this, and the other thing you want to do is then stretch the muscle. So if I put my arm out straight like that, I'll put a thumb support in the wrist, my hand down, and I can pull to about 90 degrees there. So you try that one. So go thumb underneath, hand on top and push down. So that's quite good, but you can see how my hand stays flat, and you're cheating by doing that, and that's because that's tight. So if I do that for you, so we just push down and we keep that there. Now where can you feel that?
Feel it here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you can see the tension in your forearms actually affecting your hand. So that you can add that into your daily routine. So just because you feel the pain and discomfort in the fingers doesn't necessarily mean, yes, you have arthritis. I mean, once we hit 21, all our joints start wearing away a little bit, so you're always going to have wear and tear somewhere in the body. But just because you feel it here doesn't necessarily mean it's all coming from there. So I would add that into your daily routine, and you want to hold the stretch for 20 seconds, and you'll find in a couple of weeks, when you did it, your hand was bent like that. You'll find in a couple of weeks you can get your hand flat and you can feel the stretch running all the way up. The other one you can do is stretch that way as well. So imagine you're saying no to someone, stop. And bring your hand up, and then pull it gently with the other. So you can see that way is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you should feel, where do you feel that?
Here?
But not as much?
No.
Yeah,
no.
good. So
I can do that quite comfortably.
So that's perfect. So winning at that one, but that one needs work.
Yeah.
So I would add those in. As you said, you've seen a physio, so the hand exercises, you just do that. Just work the muscles, and you want to do like 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions in each set. So that's the hands, but I would definitely recommend working the forearms, and you will find that they don't stiffen up and they don't ache as much, because I'm sure after a while when you're using them, they feel sore and they ache. And take care of this, and it will really help with the aches. Right, the next thing is the neck. Let's have a look at that. So the neck's down to your posture.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I've been a personal trainer and sports therapist for over 20 years, and I've always sort of gently commented that you might need to work on your posture. And I don't think we can use the language, no. So I've been doing a MolyFit live thing lately, and Dad's been following it, so his posture has got better, but poor posture will put a lot of pressure on the neck. It will give you neck ache, it will give you headache, it also makes you more prone to falls. So let's work on the neck ache. So I want you to come away from the back of the chair. So you can either do this sitting or standing, and just sit up straight and just relax and breathe. Nice deep breaths. Right, turn your head to one side looking over your shoulder. Right, back to centre and the other way. Right, so you don't need to be a rocket scientist to work out why Dad's got a neck ache. So, if we turn over that way, right, that's full range, back to centre. Right, do you ever do this?
Yes.
Right.
I do it 10 times, I do that 10 times,
Yeah.
and then that 10 times.
And who's told you to do that?
You have, by your
MolyFit. So,
by your MolyFit.
right, what I want you to do, right, so this is the way. So I would never say do that. So somewhere along the lines, Dad has interpreted to do this, right?
No, I do this,
Yeah.
right, 10 times, and then that.
Yeah,
But
so
I don't do that.
No, but I still, whether it's that or that, I still haven't said it, right? What you want to do, when you hold a stretch for at least 20 seconds. I won't bore you with the science, but it takes about 20 seconds for the benefit of the stretch to kick in. So what you want to do, first of all, your body will want to, the body is always would cheat. It forms habits, and they're always bad habits. So before you do anything else, you've got to think what's happening to the rest of your body. Now, we already worked out in the first session you've got tight hamstrings. So sitting like that with your legs back shortens the hamstrings. So what we want to do first of all is bring the legs forward a bit. Okay, and what that does, it takes the pressure off the hamstrings. If you take the pressure off the hamstrings, it takes the pressure off the back. If you take the pressure off the back, you can just sit up in a more relaxed position, and you target the neck more than all the tension going into the back. Are you breathing?
Yes.
Okay,
hopefully.
good. So now, just try and stay relaxed, okay? And what we want to do first of all, rather than doing the stretch first, we just want to loosen the muscles off a bit, okay? So the easy way to do that is just up and down, shrug up and down. Hands can be in your lap, on your knees, wherever. And just do that 10 times. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now roll the shoulder back a bit. One at a time, backwards. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that one's much more restricted. 7, 8. It's just sort of going up and not back. 10. Now let's try both together. Up and back. Try and get them back as much as up. So up and then roll them back. 2, 3. Now can you hear?
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. That's so. If you can hear and it hurts, worry about that. If it's just going, all that is the tight muscle fibres trying to separate. So that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to loosen off tight muscles and rest. So just from doing a little bit of shoulder wiggling, now do that stretch over to the tight side. You can see already, keep going, already just from doing that there's an improvement. So just from wiggling the shoulders back, we've now loosened the neck off. Now, what I want you to do, muscles get stiff because the fibres stick together, okay? You get adhesive fibres where they stick like that, and then you get knots where they get all intertwined. So stretching will realign the fibres and take the pressure out of the muscles, and then that will enable you to do more and be in less pain. So we're going to sit up straight. You're going to go over to the side, look over your shoulder, that's it. That's it. So you can see, classic example, your body's cheated and you've moved your torso with it. So just don't force it, just relax. Over to the side, good. Now, from there, get the back of your right hand onto your cheek and just gently give it a bit of encouragement. Not too much, just a little bit of encouragement. Just gently, you feel a bit more of a stretch, and then hold that and breathe, and just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to centre gently. And we're going to go the other way, over towards me. Hold it for a bit. And then give it a little, see, that's a massive improvement already. Good, keep breathing. And you should feel stretch, not pain. If you feel pain, it's not pain. Whoever said pain is gain, pain is your body's way of telling you this isn't right for me. Okay, if you feel pain, leave it. Stretch, you just want to feel the muscles pull in gently. That's what we want to achieve. Right, good. So I would do that after your little routine. Whenever, do it at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's when I've irritated you and the rest of the world has got on your nerves, and you're going to be like that. So just gently stretch it out. So that's that, and now let's finish with the knees.
Okay.
So you've had a knee replacement on this. So after the knee replacement, you did your exercises. How often do you do your exercises now?
Now, twice a day.
Yeah?
No, I don't do the full routine, but I do exercise first thing in the morning.
And what do you do?
Last thing at night. I stretch. I do that for my feet.
Yeah.
I do that at night. I'll do this with both knees.
Yeah. Okay. And is it bothering you, that knee? Is it all right?
It does. Yes, it bothers me slightly, but you just learn to live with it.
And what about if you can, in comparison to the unoperated knee? How's that?
That's getting like this one used to be.
Okay, so explain that.
Well, there's pain. Pain. I can feel it. It's uncomfortable when I kneel down.
Yeah.
And it's just getting very stiff.
Okay.
And when I kneel down, I have to. I can't just kneel down from standing. I have to hold on to something to get myself kneel down.
Okay. And what about when you're not? What about if you're just sitting down watching television? How's it feel?
Fine.
Okay.
No problem.
What about if you're doing your gardening? How's it feel?
Oh, all right.
And then what about when you're going on a walk? Because I know you walk daily.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Yeah, sometimes it niggles. I mean, I had to take my car for an MOT last week, and it's a 50-minute walk.
Yeah.
When I drop it off, and a 50-minute walk to pick it up.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be okay then.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
I mean, it's not like you're crying out with pain, is it? It just niggles you from now and then.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just do some simple exercises. And to be honest, most of the exercises will be the same that you've done with this one.
Yeah.
And like you do the squats already, so that will strengthen that knee. But then quite often imbalances in the muscle can cause pain, and it might be that you just need to rebalance the muscles to help with it. So let's have a little look at that. So the easiest one to do is just put your leg out straight like so. Straighten it. Okay. Now see, you're leaning back. Try and sit up and straighten it. Right, so that's that. Right, go on. So you're forcing that and it's awkward. No, you are.
I'm just getting the chairs going in there.
Straighten up. Right. Come forwards. Exactly! Because you're forcing it! Now try and straighten the leg. Now where can you feel it? Where's the resistance? Where's the pull? So what we went back to on the first session when I was talking about your hamstrings, it's actually your hamstrings are putting pressure on your knee. So if you loosen your hamstrings, which we did like an hour ago, it will give your knee a bit of relief because you're not straining it. So just from doing that one stretch will help. Now let's have a look. So sit back and be comfortable. Now let's have a look at the balance of the muscles in the quads. So you've got 4 muscles in your quads, 1, 2, 3, 4. What normally happens, one of them gets tighter, pulls the kneecap over, gives you pain in the knee. So you want all 4 muscles to be even strength and tone and nice and relaxed. So there's an easy test we can do for that. So just straighten the leg again. That's it, straight as much as you can. Lift it up, hold it. So you can see as you're doing that, you're leaning over. So you've definitely got tension in there. Right, let's have a look. Right, just relax. So I'm just going to feel the muscles so I can feel the tension. It's a bit easier. So that's all right. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
And then that, feel that?
Yeah,
the difference.
Definitely. Yes.
Right, so what I'm feeling basically, muscle is a soft tissue. And when you squeeze it, it should be nice and soft and loose, unless you're tensing your muscle and then it gets hard. So there's a bit of tension on the inner thigh there. They feel alright, so it feels like putting your thumb in putty, it feels nice and squidgy. But here, if I push in, watch his face, look, there you go. You can see it's really tight, compared to the other muscles, it's really tight, it's really stiff. So that one muscle there is too tight, and that will put a pull on the knee. So the way you loosen that off is with gentle exercise, but more importantly, we go back to the stretching. You want to stretch these muscles and try and get the tension out of this leg. And there's a few ways to stretch the muscles. Let's just have a look at your wiggle. So you can see, so the patella is a freely moving bit of cartilage, right? And it should wiggle, but if I try and wiggle it, look, you come with it. So basically, all the muscles around basically the patella's too tight. So by stretching it, we're loosening all that area off. Now there's a few ways to stretch the quads, and I'll just give you the easiest way to do it, and let's try it. So, I need you standing up for this, Daddy-O. We're going to use the wall for support. Okay, right. So you don't want to do this stretch on your operated knee. No. Okay, so when you have a knee replacement, you want to get the knee to about 90 degrees. But you're not going to get it to there. No. It's just the way the joint works. So let's talk about how you stretch the knee if you've had it replaced. If you've had it replaced, the best exercise to stretch is, say this is my operated knee, I sit in the chair and I just try and pull the leg back as far as I can. And then, as you know, you can use the other one to just help force it a bit more until you feel the stretch. When you feel the stretch, it wants to be in the thigh. You don't want to feel pain and discomfort in the knee itself. So you know how to do that one.
I've done that.
Now, to stretch the unoperated knee, you're going to use a tea towel. Fold it in half and fold it in half again. Okay? So we just put that round here like so. Use a wall for support. Hold it like that. Now with this, you want your knees together. And you want your torso and everything straight and square on. You don't want to be like that, because all that will happen is you won't stretch your knee and you're putting pressure, unnecessary pressure in your back. So straighten up, and then keeping your knees together and keep your hips pushed forward, just pull up as high as you can until you feel the stretch. Right. So use the wall for support. Now first things first, the knees want to be together. Okay, so let's go there. Straighten your torso up, put your core on. Now where can you feel that?
Here.
Good, that's it. Straighten up, keep that together. Now to intensify the stretch, just push your hips forwards. That's it, and that puts you in a better anatomically correct position. You should feel more of a stretch. Good, and just now pull the towel up a little bit more and hold. Keep breathing. See, that's getting better already, but be strict, keep those knees together and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. So that's basically what I would do. First of all, we don't have to worry about you doing strength exercise for the knees, because you already do that for the other knee. But when you do the single leg stuff to isolate one leg, do a couple on the other leg as well. Obviously when you do your squats, you're working both legs at the same time, but it won't do you any harm at all by doing some strengthening exercises with that one. But I would definitely do the stretches. So you want to do the stretch we've just done, the hamstring stretch. And so for anyone that didn't see our earlier session, the hamstring stretch is either done lying on the bed or lying on the floor. I'll just show you. So you just lie down, head down. If you need support, put a cushion or a pillow under your head. Grab from underneath the knee, and just straighten the leg and pull up until you can feel it in the hamstring, and hold that for about 20 seconds. And I think a combination of loosening your hamstring, taking the pressure out of the back of the knee, and loosening the quad here to take the pressure out the front of the knee, when you do bend down and get on the floor and everything, that should dramatically ease it off.
Good.
So that was just a little tip about how exercise can help with niggles. So if you've got any questions, I mean this is live, so if you've got any questions, please message us. I'll be back at 12 o'clock, not with you, you're off now. We've got the lovely Marianne, who's a MolyFitter, and she'll be helping to say, the NHS guidelines basically say you should do 150 minutes of moderate exercise every week or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise every week, and we'll be working with her to say, well, what is vigorous and what is moderate and how do you achieve it? So I'll see you in about 30 minutes. Until then, stay well and stay MolyFit.